Guys, I did a few videos pointing out how bad an investment silver has been for people like me who've been holding since the 2011 high and earlier. I don't know about you, but I feel kind of like Charlie Brown getting the football pulled away from me by Lucy every time I think that this is the moment that silver breaks out for good, right? So, is there something different on this recent breakout of silver? There are a few things that are different this time. For one, many silver stackers have given up on silver and have been dumping their silver for gold or just selling their silver outright. So even coin dealers like Vermilion Enterprises in Florida has said that silver is dead and he's seeing just a flood of silver sellers and nobody is interested in silver anymore, and they're even burning 90% silver these days. Let's look at his video from just a few days ago.
Unfortunately, it looks like is going to start going to the refinery. I try to hold off and hold off and hold off, but there's just not enough buyers right now for it. And a lot of my colleagues are already burning it. I've held off as long as I can, but unfortunately, with the sheer amount that is coming into the shop, it looks like we're going to have to start prepping to send this to get burned. Silver is such a of non-interest to the stacking community at this point. On Friday, what do we ship? 4,500 ounces of silver out, Tim?
Sounds about right.
I think there are 9 boxes, so each box has 500. So I think it was 4,500 that we shipped to the refinery. So we just burned 4,500 ounces of generic. That was all generic 999 silver. Saturday was no difference. We took in a shit ton of silver on Saturday. People are just abandoning ship with it right now. I get it. It's a lot of the people that are selling it to us in quantity are older folks. That's part of just being in Florida in general, but our older folks, it's not a head scratcher as to why people are dumping it. That's for sure. Especially we've seen great gains over the last, 2 years with gold, and silver still, 30% below its all-time high, even with decades of inflation on top of it. So, hey, I get it. Silver has kind of just disappeared as an interest in the stacking community as a whole. I totally get it.
But retail really does not drive the price of gold and silver. In the case of gold, it's central banks. In the case of silver, it is probably industry and maybe some big speculators. I don't know. So looking at the 2025 Silver Institute Silver Report, we see that retail not only does not drive the price of silver, but they may actually be selling right before it takes off. So another reason to not follow the crowd. So this is supposed to be coin and net bar demand. Look, in the United States in 2023, it was 120 million ounces. In 2024, when silver has gone up a lot, it's only about 65 million ounces, a 46% decline. All right, so India looks to be better silver traders. They're up 21% from 2023 into 2024, but Germany down 25, Australia down 25, Canada down 18, even China down 10%, and other Europe down 14%. So everybody is buying less silver just as the price has been going up in 2024. So retail may add fuel to the fire on the way up when everybody has silver euphoria, or when everybody is dumping on the way down, they may add to that. But a strange thing has been happening, because while everyone is dumping or swapping silver for gold, the silver price is not only not falling, but actually going higher, and now has broken out above the October 2024 high and made a 13-year high at around $36. So does this mean we'll be at $200 or $500 an ounce silver like the pumpers have been saying for the last 20 years or so? Not likely, but it is definitely possible that we get back to the 2011 highs of $50, even though this would not be a big deal since the 2011 high inflation adjusted is still about $70 an ounce. Now, I get it. When the price of gold starts going up, everybody wants it. When the price of Bitcoin goes up, everybody wants it. When the price of silver goes up, everybody wants it. And they get stars in their eyes that this is my chance to get to $200 an ounce silver or something like that. But the truth is probably that silver and gold cannot get too far away from the actual cost to mine it. Otherwise, other mines will come online that were not profitable at lower prices. Now, this doesn't happen overnight. It takes a few years for these mines to start up and that they are assured that the prices will stay steady at higher levels to do this. But it's still something to consider that silver and gold prices cannot just go to the moon and never come back down. So what are the real costs to mine gold and silver, or the all-in sustained cost as they call it? So Visual Capitalist has this nice graphic here, silver production going up to 2023, and you see it's around 19, 14, 17, 10, and 9 in different areas of the world. But here in the World Silver Survey for 2025, they show the 2024 costs, and they are actually lower than they were in 2023. So here, North America, the all-in sustaining costs were 18 and change for 2023 versus 1467 for 2024, a 19% drop. Now, these costs are different in different areas and different mines, but the average down here for the global total, 2023 is 16.78, 2024 is 14.58, 13% lower than 2023. And so for 2025, they're estimating that the all-in sustaining cost for silver is about $16 an ounce or so. And the all-in sustaining cost for gold is about $1,600 an ounce or so. So the prices are about double the mining costs right now. So how much higher can they get? I don't know, but a good tell may be that when everybody who traded their silver for gold is now scrambling to buy back their silver, and the coin shops start talking about having more silver buyers, or they are raising premiums like we saw a few years ago. Now, that could be a long way off, but if we ever get to the point of premiums being like 50 to 80% more than spot for American silver eagles like we had a few years ago, it may be time to dump some of your silver. Either way, if you are a long-suffering silver holder like me, have a price in mind or a gold-silver ratio in mind when you will start to sell. And I don't mean something ridiculous like waiting for the gold-silver ratio to go back to 16 or something. Maybe if it gets back to like 70 or even 60, that would be probably a very good place to start selling some silver. So this breakout may be nothing or the start of a small run to $40 or $50 an ounce and then another collapse for 15 years. Who knows? And who has the time to wait that out again? I'm still kicking myself for not selling in 2011 when it ran to 50 briefly. And if you were a stacker back then, you will know what I am feeling, right? Also remember that silver used to attract a lot of speculators and get-rich-quick types who didn't have a lot of money but wanted something that they can triple or quadruple their money in a short amount of time. And most of those types today are the new young investors that are now 20, 30 years old, and the majority of them are looking for those lottery tickets in cryptocurrency rather than silver. So any run up in silver may be slightly muted because you won't have those get-rich-quick types that were jumping on board when they see the headlines in the news like you did 20 years or 30 years ago. So temper your expectations, and if you don't have another 15 years to wait for silver's big move, then have a plan to lighten up on your silver if this is the start of a decent run in silver to, say, $40 or $50 an ounce. Let me know what your plan is to sell and what level you think it will reach in the next year. Thanks for watching, guys.